Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing The Forest for the PS4. The Forest is a survival game developed by End Night Games. The game starts with a plane crash as Eric LeBlanc and his son Timmy find themselves on a remote forested island. Timmy gets kidnapped by some mysterious figure and it's your job to find your son, survive and escape the island. The game can be played single player offline or you can team up with a friend in online co-op. So what is the game like to play? Well, things start out like most survival games. You find yourself stranded in a strange place and you've got to forage for resources like food and water to help you survive. But very quickly you become aware this is not like other survival games. It's much more of a horror game, as it is a game about eating, drinking, crafting and building. The island is inhabited by these weird native people. The first time you see them, it's just like most games. They see you, they attack you, try and fend them off, and then that's that. But every time they come back and visit, their behaviour does seem to change. The AI is really interesting in this game and it keeps you guessing as to the intentions of these weird people. Sometimes they attack, sometimes they watch you from a distance, and other times they just follow you around like a stalker. The island has villages, but the tribes also live underground in the cave network in the island. And these caves are dark, tense, and they're terrifying, and you'll find yourself dragged down there eventually. But it's not just the natives you have to worry about. You have to eat and drink regularly and also sleep to keep your strength up. You can craft and build a whole host of things ranging from meat racks, campfires and other prefabricated wooden structures. The building system offers a great deal of flexibility and forward planning, because if you want to build a sprawling base with lots of complex features, you don't need the resources to plan it. You can place a ghost structure that stays there until you've filled it with all the required resources, and it's a brilliant system and it lets you design your base before you build it. The crafting system is also very interesting. It takes place on a separate screen on a large mat. You have all the items you've collected visible to you and you can drag and drop them into the center of the mat and see if you can combine things to make weapons or potions or whatever. So after the survival and the building, you've got exploration, and this is essential for uncovering the mysteries of the island and the whereabouts of your son. The map is huge, and every time you find a new point of interest, it appears on your own copy of the map in a pencil sketch. The longer you spend on the island, the more encounters with the weird natives you'll have, and that will affect your sanity. Eventually you'll be able to craft these weird recipes of like effigies using human body parts and sculptures. It's very baroque and weird and dark. And you can cook these natives if you want to become a cannibal. It's a personal choice, so I'll leave it up to you. Graphically, it's a solid affair, but it doesn't really have any of the flashy effects of other games, but it's pretty standard across the board. It's solid rather than spectacular. Sound effect wise and the general audio is good. The natives make some interesting sounds. The island feels real. Good ambience, good atmosphere. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? The survival horror aspect makes the game stand out from the crowd. The enemy AI is amazing. The building system is very good for base planners, and the game is well balanced and has a decent mystery at its core. What's bad? At first it's a bit obscure as to what exactly you have to do and where to go. The game doesn't have a couch co-op option, which is a shame, and graphically it's not going to blow you away. Okay, what's the verdict? Overall, The Forest is an interesting and enjoyable game that has all the hallmarks of a classic survival game, but with a few major differences. Firstly, it's got a good story and a decent endgame. Secondly, it's a terrifying game and it reminded me a lot of Silent Hill and other games in that survival horror genre. The natives will freak you out and you'll always feel on edge when exploring the island or the caves. And it has a story arc that's worth getting through and finding out what happens at the end. I mean, if you're a fan of survival games or horror genre games, then The Forest is like an absolute perfect storm. So my score for The Forest is 9 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer, signing off. Thank you.